Up in the land of smiles, sun shining bright. Elephants wandering through the morning light. Temples glow with gold, the air's alive. Thailand's magic got me feeling so high. From the markets buzzing, colors so bold, to the stories in the streets, ancient and old. Every corner's got a vibe, it's calling my name. Cooper's out here, and I'm loving the game. Cooper's Thaiadventure, oh what a thrill. Chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Cooper's Thaiadventure, can't get enough. Thailand's got my heart, it's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. Golden beach of sand so soft and white. Crystal waves crashing under starlit nights. Snorkel in the cold, dance in the tide. Every moment's a wave, I just wanna ride. Pad thai sizzling, spice lights up my soul. Mango sticky rice, yeah, it makes me whole. Tom Yum's got that kick, flavor so divine. Thailand's food's a feast and it's blowing my mind. Cooper's Thaiadventure, oh what a thrill. Chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Cooper's Thaiadventure, can't get enough. Thailand's got my heart, sister, my heart. It's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. From Chiang Mai's mountains to Koh Samui's shore, every step's a story, I'm craving for more. Smiles all around, the people so kind. Thailand's a treasure that's one of a kind. Floating markets, lanterns in the sky. Festivals that spark like the stars up high.
Hello, cruisers! Welcome to Cooper's Cruise Adventure. How's everybody doing out there in Cruiserville? I'm back. Great vacation. Absolutely great vacation. Had a blast. Loved every single bit of it. There you go. 2 glasses. And wow. Europe has changed a hell of a lot, I can tell you guys. Sorry for the little bit of the clickbait title there today. Wasn't my intention. I had a whole program set out for you that I was going to do on the live stream, all about upcoming news breaking here in Thailand and what's happening, the good, the bad, the ugly. And no ugly to report, actually. It's all good. No bad either. And I called Brooke and I said, what did you discuss last Monday with the news and all that? He said, oh, it's just a general chit chat, as general forum. He said, no news whatsoever, really. And I said, okay, well, I got this. Did you mention that? No, I didn't mention that. He said, that's new. He said, but don't talk about it on tonight's live stream. I said, why not? I said, I got it all set up. He said, because we can talk about it together on Monday's live stream and have a bit of banter and go back and forth. He said, just talk about the cruise, only about the cruise. Leave Thailand out of it. We'll talk about it on Monday. So, okay, Brooke. And we did have a fantastic cruise. If you wonder what the cruise was, it was NCL, Norwegian Cruise Line, and it was the ship called the Viva. And this is it here. It's a scale model of it. Absolutely massive, beautiful ship, only 2 years old. And they even have a go-kart track right here at the top. I'll see if I can pan that over so you can see there's a go-kart track. Goes all the way around, up and down 3 levels. On electric go-karts, Alfa Romeo should be pulling his hair out about now. Because It was an absolute blast. Me and JE went around the go-kart track, and guess what? Who won? He said, that's because I'm 30 pounds heavier than you, Coop. That was same electric motor, bud. You ain't winning that argument. But we did have a blast on the cruise. We went to quite a few fantastic locations. A bunch of Greek islands. I think we went to 4 or 5 Greek islands, and then to Croatia. Supposed to go to Split, but they canceled that and put somewhere else in. There was too many ships going into Split, I guess, and they didn't have room for us, so they sent us to a different location. And the weather was fantastic. It was about 80 to 83 degrees the whole trip. Not one drop of rain. Great, because Thailand, everybody knows it's rainy season right now. We came back, dark clouds, and I'm like, uh-oh. But anyways, I want to thank Brooke for doing the live stream while I was away. Darlene went out and bought a bunch of souvenirs for all our friends, and I got a whole pile of them here on the table behind me, in the other side of the screen, actually, of souvenirs that she's brought. I think she's going to be handing out a bunch of them tomorrow, and then I guess I'll see Brooke on Sunday. Monday's live stream, and I'll give him his souvenirs that we bought him as well. And I want to give a shout out to Alfa Romeo, who I contacted while I was in Venice, because that's where the cruise finished, and we stayed there for 2 days. And I said, hey, Romeo, by any chance, do they sell that limoncello that you keep telling us about that's really good and delicious at the Venice airport, called Marco Polo Airport, in the duty free? He said, yes, they do. I said, great. I don't have to worry about trying to find a alcohol shop here. And Venice is just full of canals and gondolas and all that, and bit of a not walking nightmare. Absolutely no cars, no bicycles, no motorbikes, pedestrians only, and gondolas. That's it on the whole island of Venice. For those that haven't been, you'll get plenty of walking in, lots of stairs, lots of bridges, lots of fun. And so I did. We bought 2 bottles at duty free, and the one that we got here was this one here called Pellini. And the woman at the checkout counter said, no, Pellini's the best, because we got 2 different ones. We got this one and another one. Said, no, that one's no good. Don't take that one. This one tastes much better, and it's actually cheaper, so she saved me money. So thank you to the woman at duty free airport in Marco Polo for your advice. We brought 2 bottles back and just had an absolute great time. So how did we do in the casino? I took my normal amount with me that I take on the cruise ship, and that amount is $3,000, full disclosure. That's all I ever take in cash with me. And once it's gone, it's gone. And I always play to lose. If I win, it's a bonus. Didn't win. I did lose, but I got more than enough points for our next cruise for free. So the next 2 cruises that we have are actually 100% free. So fantastic. I got all the points I needed. I got the certificate and said, thank you. Well done. You just won a free complimentary cruise trip. And John J.E., he did a hell of a lot better than I did at the casino, and I was the one that taught him how to play the slots and which ones to play and how to do your averages and all that. And he won, I lost, and he won a substantial amount. I'm not going to say how much. That's his private business. And for a tip for helping him play in the casino and win and get a free cruise on top of it, this was my reward. $1. $1. So I'm going to put that in a frame, and I'm going to get him to sign it from John. Thanks for helping me win at the casino on the cruise ship. And he said to me, he said, man, that paid for this cruise and my last cruise, and I'm still up. I said, there you go. I said, this is how you do it, folks. I said, I never pay full price for a cruise. I always get it for a super cheap discount. And for the cruise that we just went on, that was a free one. and it was a 10-day Mediterranean cruise, and all we had to pay was port fees and taxes. That's it. The room, the food, everything was included. Oh, and we paid for the drinks package. So I think it was about $1,000 each for me and Darlene on a 10-day Mediterranean cruise on a balcony suite. And that's all it cost. That's it. Full disclosure. Because why? I play at the casino. You keep those points for a full year. So if you go on one cruise a year, you'll get one cruise free. If you go on 4 cruises a year, you keep those points for the full year. Guess what? You got 4 cruises for free. And that's the way I do it, folks. That's how I can afford to go on all these wonderful cruises around the world, because I play the system, and I win every single time. I know the limit to play, $3,000 is a magic number. And for $3,000, I get 4 cruises free a year. I only pay the port fees and the taxes. So it's a win-win. And I followed a YouTuber that explained all how to do it. And I learned the process, and I studied it. And I asked the casino hosts and the casino managers. They said, yep, it's as long as you got those points, you stay at the same tier level for the whole year. And I'm like, fantastic. So that's what I spend, and had an absolute great time. I did have the certificate here somewhere. Maybe Darlene's put it away. I'd show you the free cruise certificate. But we keep that so we can book our next cruise. And we're looking at another 2, one to do two to do next year, because we already got this one's booked up for Christmas. And the one we're looking to do next year is going to be Japan to South Korea. Darlene and I have never been to Japan or South Korea, so looking forward to doing that one. And then the next one after that is Egypt. I've been saying for a long time I want to do Egypt, and I don't like the Canal River cruise boats. I think they're way too small. There's only one restaurant on there, no casino. So I would be bored a lot of the time on the ship, because there's nothing to absolutely do except sit on the sun deck. And Egypt gets very, very hot. And it's not something I want to be doing or sit in the room. And NCL is doing a cruise next year, next summer, that's going to be going from Athens, 3 stops in Egypt, go through the Suez Canal, go around the Middle East, where all the skirmishes are currently coming to an end, hopefully. And it finishes up in Dubai via Bahrain and Qatar. And then we'll spend a couple of days in Dubai. As my wife's never seen Dubai, I've seen it hundreds of times. And she's only ever seen the airport. And I said, don't worry, we'll get off the cruise ship. We'll spend a couple of days in a hotel in Dubai and then come back. And maybe we'll stay at Kenny's fiance hotel. She works at a hotel there. She's in management at a hotel in Dubai. Maybe she can get us a good discount. We'll stay there. Who knows? But yeah, it's great to be back in Thailand. JE and I went out, did some grocery shopping yesterday, and then went to one of our favorite restaurants on Jomtien Beach Road called the Boathouse. Many of you may know it. It's where Elvis sings, the Thai impersonator of Elvis. And had a fantastic Thai meal. And boy, did it go out of me very quick this morning. I almost didn't make it out of bed in time. I guess you don't want to hear that. But yeah, it was great to be back in the land of smiles and have some of that delicious Thai food. And let's get into the stream and see who we got online. 66 people watching live right now. First up, got What a Sale, says, welcome back, Cooper. You were missed. Thank you, What a Sale. Robert from Texas, looking forward to a great show and wishing all in the chat a wonderful day. Thank you so much, Robert. Yeah, it is fantastic to be back. Mike the Medic says, welcome back, Coop. Good morning from USA. Brooke did a great job. He is. Brooke's a very good friend of mine, folks. We've known each other probably, I would say, 5 years now, if not 6. That we've known each other, and he's sort of been, my lifeline, out here, one of my best friends, and he enjoys doing the live streams with me, and he says, you know what, when you're on vacation, just give me the laptop, I'll do the show for you. I don't mind, I enjoy it. So I said, sure, no problem. And he's done it several times. He's done an excellent job. Hats off to Brooke. Thank you so much for keeping y'all entertained while we're gone. Did you guys watch our videos while we're gone? I did put several videos up on YouTube for you. What was it? Top 5 condos in Jumtien that are being built right now. And then also a walk and talk. I think I did 2 walk and talks, and we posted them on there for you. What'd you think of the videos? There he is. Speak of the devil. Alpha Romeo says, welcome back. Tell us about the delicious food, beverages, cultures, and sights. Did you hit the jackpot again? Another free trip? Yep. Another free trip. Another 2 free trips, actually, because I got 9,000 points, and 4,000 points is what's neat. Well, I think it's 2,000 points is what's needed for a free cruise, and I got almost 9. It was like 8,900 points, so well over 4 free cruises coming up. So great. $3,000, 4 cruises works out to about $750 for the cruise. And that includes me and Darlene. So it's actually about $375 each. Can't beat it. Absolutely can't beat it. As for the food, of course, the Italian food. What can you say about Italian food other than it is super delicious? We had pizza. We had spaghetti. John and Lydia took us to a restaurant they went to 16 years ago in Venice, and it was still there. And the guy that was there was the same guy that was there 16 years ago. So had an absolutely great time. Thank you to John and Lydia for being our tour guides in Venice. They've been there several times before. Scott Emeritus says, welcome back. And hello to all in the chat. Hello, Scotty Emeritus. You guys should be here by now, guys. What's taking you so long? Roger Walker says, good morning. Good morning, Cooper and everyone. Welcome home. Thank you, Roger. Much appreciated. Glad to be home. I said to John on the cruise, I said, man, I need a vacation from my vacation. I'm exhausted. We had a port day every single day on the cruise ship. We had a port day. And Darlene, of course, my wife, wants to go out every single day and see what's around and buy stuff. That's right, stuff. And we came back. The suitcases were so heavy, trying to get them onto the conveyor belt there when you take them off the conveyor belt at the airport. I sprained my left wrist, and I'm laying in bed the other night all cramped up. I was like, babe, my wrist is sprained. So she put some icy hot on it, and I feel much better. So yeah, it was definitely very heavy. I think it was 38 kilos was her suitcase coming back. And when we went out, it was only like 28. Extra 10 kilos of stuff. Alpha says, it's been an exciting World Cup soccer matches. Are you watching the tournament? I certainly am. We have there's a restaurant on on the cruise ship, one of many, and it's called Oceans. Well, on the new ones, they call it the Local, but it's the same one. And it's a sports bar, and I was able to watch England win 4-2, and I was able to watch America win its first game. And then its second game against Australia, they won again. So sorry to the Aussies that are watching the show. Sorry, America won. They're not normally that good, trust me. In the previous World Cups, they've always crashed out before the quarterfinals. So because they're hosting it, they're the host nation, they automatically go through to the quarterfinals, even if they don't make the group stages. But they won 2, and there's only one last game to play in the group stages, and they'll be through. So we'll see how that goes. Next up, we got Nomad Jack, and the wonderful Pinky says, welcome back, Coop. Like that hat. You like my hat? I do. I think it's a fantastic hat. Me and John almost got matching hats. His is a little bit darker than mine, but yeah, keeps the sun off you. He said, you missed my 200 bowling score last Friday, laughing out loud. No way. I'm calling bullshitter. No way did you get a 200, Jack. I want proof. I want proof. I want to see video and photographic evidence. No AI. We'll be back to bowling on Monday, guys. What a Sale says, gotta say, Brooke did a great job holding down the fort while you were away. We appreciate that, handsome man. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. I love him to bits. We love doing our banter back and forth. And some people think I give Brooke a hard time. I don't. That's the way we are. And we always laugh and joke. And at the end of every live stream, he's creasing up laughing. He said, "Man, what you said was so freaking funny." Yeah. And we just have a fantastic relationship, and I think it shows on our live streams. But yeah, thank you, Brooke, for holding down the fort for us. Mike the Swede says, "Welcome back. You have been missed. Brooke made a good job, but now back to ordinary." Yep, me. Thank you, Mike the Swede. 1, 2, 3, Mr. JD, my newest neighbor, says, "Welcome back to my new neighbor." And Jomtien, hoping you guys had a great cruise in the Mediterranean. We certainly did. Had a fantastic cruise. JD, you and your girlfriend have to come out and join us. We're going on an Asian cruise at Christmas. And it's fantastic. The layout is to die for on a Christmas cruise, and it's our favorite. It don't matter if it goes to places we've already been to. We just enjoy the atmosphere on the cruise over Christmas. It's a great experience if you've never been on a Christmas cruise. Mike the Medic, cheer dance time. Hello, Mike. Roger with the D. Evening from around the corner. Got you, Roger. Rodney says, "Good morning, Coop and Darlene. How was the vacation? Good to have you back. Fantastic vacation. 10 days is a little short. We stayed at a hotel right next to the cruise port on day 1 in Istanbul. Very nice suite we had. The bed was super comfortable, pillows super comfortable. The view was amazing. Saw 2 cruise ships right outside the window. I mean, if we were any closer, we could touch them. We were that close to the cruise port. And because I wanted to make sure we knew where we were going when we woke up. So I got a hotel as close as I could to the cruise port. One thing I will say about the vacation is we got scammed twice on the vacation. Yes, we did. We actually got scammed twice in the vacation. And the first one is wherever we go, Darlene likes to collect those Pandora charms. And being it was our first time for both of us in Turkey, she found the nearest Pandora, and it was right there at the cruise port, which was even better. So we went to buy it, and we asked him, "Do you have any special offers?" Because Pandora often has special offers. And he said, "No, not at the moment. But if you fill in this form, you get 10% tax back from customs because you're leaving the country, so you can claim the tax back." "Oh, really? Where do we do that?" "Oh, they got a tax office right there in the cruise port. Just fill out this form." Filled out the form. Got to the cruise port the very next day when we went to board the ship. No tax office. The only tax office they had in all of Istanbul was at the airport. That's it. So I got scammed there. They kept the extra 10%. We didn't get it back. And then the same thing on the way back, leaving out of Venice. Darlene bought quite a few souvenirs to bring back for her friends, for the girls. And we were told, yeah, you get your 10% back. And it was like, yeah, we know it's going to be in the airport, nowhere else, only in the airport. And they're like, yeah, that's right. And they give us a receipt and all this stuff. But they didn't give us a receipt with the QR code. They ended up giving that to John and Lydia. So they got their tax back, but we didn't. So the guy inside the shop either gave it to John and Lydia or just didn't bother giving it to us so they can keep the 10%. It's a scam, and you got to watch out for it and actually do it then and there on site. Don't walk out. If you're a tourist and you're going to a holiday destination, you want to claim the tax back, make sure you do it then and there. So you have everything, and there's an app you download called Blue something another. What was it? I got it on my damn cell phone. It was called Blue something another that you get Global Blue, shop tax free, it says. Yeah, that's the app. No, they got us. They got us good. Live and learn. No for next time. Outside the Box says, morning from H-Town. H-Town? I know a K-Town in Germany. I'd never heard of an H-Town. Where's that? Outside the Box. Ricardo says, welcome back, Cooper. Brooke did fine while you were traveling. Thanks for another show from Thailand. I expect to be retiring there in another year or two. Don't wait too long, Ricardo. Get yourself out here, bud. It'd be great to finally meet you in person. Here's a blast from the past. Ford Dog says, welcome back, Mr. Coop and Darlene. Glad you had a good vacation. Brooke did a great job. Everybody loves Brooke. Y'all ass kissers, as he likes to call it. Mike says, welcome back, sailors. Yeah, that's us. Hope you pulled a good jackpot question. Will you be updating the e-guide? We do all the updates for the e-guide, Mike, on the private Facebook group for the e-guide. I post on there, Brownie posts on there, Brooke posts on there. Anything that comes out, always those that have the e-guide are the very first to know, and it's posted in there. And I actually have some updates to do on it tomorrow with some new news. So I'll be on there tomorrow. The e-guide is as it is. It's standalone. It's the top 20, 30 questions that we get with all the knowledge that you could want about what to do from day one when you arrive at the airport and where to go and how to get there, where to look out for the scammers, and all the great information that you're going to want when you come to Thailand. And you're going to want to keep it, and you're going to want to have it on your cell phone, your laptop, your tablet, because you're going to refer to it quite a lot. Oh, where did Cooper say this was, you know? And all that wonderful information to save you all money. We're not going to be updating the e-guide. What we do is the e-guide stays the same, and all the updates that you're invited to, once you buy the e-guide, you'll get a link in there saying, come to our private Facebook group. It's only for those that have bought the book, and all the updates are posted in there as and when they come out. What a Sale says, Alpha would love that cruise. Get some go-kart practice in to dominate. It was fun. It was fun. I absolutely loved it. They had a go-kart track there. They had the miniature golf on the cruise ship, you know, the crazy golf where you put it through the windmill and all that, the ball and all that. Darlene did a fantastic job. My wife is a freaking natural. Never played golf before in her life, and she kicked all our butts until the last two. I think there was 15 courses that you go through, and the last two, John and Lydia smoked us. They cheated. Alpha says, what a sale. Yeah, I'd love a cruise ship go-kart. That's it. It was good. It was good fun. Zandra says, hello, cruisers, tubers. I'm doing my non-O and am stuck. My income pension is SSA. Okay. My problem is when I put in, they try to put the other, it replaces the first one. I can't get it to take both. Help. I don't, send me an email, Xandra, with the screenshot. I'll take a look at it for you, sweetheart. Okay. My email's down there in the banner. It's Coopersthaiadventure@gmail.com. Yeah. Only for subscribers, of course. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I'm not even going to reply to your email. Don't waste my time. If you can't help me, I'm not going to help you. And I know Xandra is a subscriber for a very long time. Anybody in the chat is a subscriber, because if you don't click the subscribe button, you can't make a comment in the chat, and both are free. So it's a win-win for both of us. And yeah, just send me a screenshot what you're stuck on there, and I'll take a look at it for you. So I take it you're doing your 90-day non-O. Okay. Alpha says, great choice on the limoncello. Okay, so that's a popular brand then, this one here, Alpha, called Pellini. Never heard of it. I couldn't tell you what the one that we had in the restaurant the first time we tried it on our last Italian trip last year, where we did like 6 stops in Italy, and absolutely fantastic. And Alpha's like, Coop, you got to try this drink. It's called limoncello, but be careful. We're both diabetic. Only sip it. It's got a lot of sugar in it. Okay, will do. And he's absolutely right. But it tastes fantastic. Very, very nice. Wolf says, sorry, can't stay, but will listen on my phone as I do some chores. Glad your trip was a good Coop. And what was your prediction for Misty? I missed that, Wolf. What'd you say? Above or below 20? Chris McQuilkin says, Chris and Leck here. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Are you back in Thailand yet? He says, oh, no. He says, out of country float on water tank failed. 10,000 baht water bill. Our agent at Adair covered all. Happy. Well done. Absolutely well done. John had a similar problem with his water, and he got a big water bill that's unusual because our water bill's like $200-300 baht a month, you know, $6 to $9, always under 10. And I think he had a $30 water bill, and he told the agent, and she says, oh no, we're going to get someone around that. That's way too high for Thailand. You don't pay nowhere near that. And they did, and they found that there was a leak in the underground system. They replaced the whole thing. There you go, up and running, and they did it the very next day. So our agent where we live, that Chris helped us to find it. So everybody that lives here now, Chris, me, JE, and Mr. JD, are all thankful to Chris because his agent is our agent and is a fantastic lady. Alfa Romeo says, JE and Coop, another successful casino run. Nicely done. Coop, $1 is better than $1 baht. Tip. What, for the $1? I got $1 for helping him. And I had to ask him for it. I said, give me $1. You got the luck. Give me $1. Give me one. I don't want anything else because, I mean, he had a, yeah. I said, give me just $1. He says, oh, okay, here's $1. Well, why do you want that? I said, so I can get some luck. Didn't work. So I'm going to put in here, fake dollar. No luck, nada. Mike the Medic says, hey, Coop, by the way, creamer is on the way. 4 flavors. Enjoy. God bless you, Mike. I do love my diabetic creamer. Possible to find in Thailand. You can buy it on shops like Shopee and stuff like that, and they'll ship it to you from other countries. But you're paying, you know, double, triple what it's actually worth. And I'm just not prepared to pay it. So when the subscribers come over and they bring it to me, I'm more than happy to reimburse them for it. Or sometimes they give it to me for free and say, here you go, Coop. You know, thank you for all you do. I'm unable to buy you coffees, whatever on the channel. I'm too old. I don't know how to do that. But you know what? Here, I bought you some creamers. I know you like them. So thank you, Mike Medic. I'll let Brooke know that coffee creamers are on the way because they're going to be going to his place. He's got the delivery service. I live in a house, so I don't have the same delivery service that he does. Thank you again, Mike. Much appreciated, buddy. What a Sale says, I watched all the videos you left us, Cooper. I was jonesing. Great videos. Looks like no worries to find a condo. None. Guys, those 5 that I filmed doesn't even touch the surface. If I would have made a proper video, I mean, I think the video was about 20 minutes long, 25 minutes after we finished editing it. And I mean, I'm driving around all over, going around in U-turns because there's a lot of one-way streets out here. And, you know, it probably took me about 3.5 hours to film it. But if I would have done a proper video, folks, it would have probably taken me 7, 8, maybe 9 hours to film it and been 2 hours long. Because there is just that many going up. It's unbelievable. It's like a housing boom in the area. Every builder company that's ever been in Thailand is all jumping onto the money wagon. They all want to build. Build it, they will come. Build it, they will come. So they're just out there building and building and building. And I haven't even scratched the surface. I got to be honest with you. I filmed 5, but there's probably closer to 30 to 40 new developments that's going up. Closer to 30 to 40. And all of them are going to be completed in the next 2 to 3 years. All of them. I didn't even film the new District 3, which is only a year away from completion. and it looks absolutely amazing. Well, actually, it's about 7 months away from completion. It's supposed to be giving out the first keys in January next year. And because it's just, it takes up a heck of a lot of my time. Maybe I'll do a second series of it and do another 5 and then another 5 and another 5. Maybe I'll do like 3-4 series if that's what you guys want to see, of all the new ones that are going up. And there's some fantastic ones going up. Just that new Copacabana, which was the last one that I filmed in that video, that one there, it's over 1,000 units. 1,000 units, guys. Well, that's going to have 1,000 people, if not more. You got to think them. Some people may be couples, some may be families, so that could feasibly, house anywhere from 1,000 to 4,000 people, if you think of it like that. If you got a 2-bedroom and wife and 2 kids, well, there's 4 people there, and they're just building like crazy. But it's great for us that are the renters, because the more competition there is, the better you are to strike a deal. If you're an owner and you're trying to rent your place out for, say, $25,000 baht a month, and the guy across the hall is renting his out for 18th a month, who do you think is going to get a tenant first, you or him? Well, it's a no-brainer. He is, because he's got exactly the same size condo, exactly the same view, exactly the same furniture, because all of these come furnished standard with their furniture package that is included with the condo. So there's not going to be any difference, other than one's on the other side of the hallway and one's directly opposite. So there's going to be absolutely no difference. So it forces the one that wants to charge too much to lower their prices to compete with the one that's doing it for less. And that's why I showed you guys on the channel. It's like, don't think of these these new ones going up. Oh, I don't want to buy Coop, I want to rent. Well, don't worry, because the people that's buying them, 90% of those people aren't going to live in it. They're going to rent it out. They're going to use it for passive income. I would say only probably 10% of the people that live in any of these condo buildings are actually owners. The rest are renters. That they're renting off the owners, being whether they're Chinese, Japanese, Thai, or Westerner. They're renting from the owners. They're the actual owners, and they live in their home country, and they're just using it for passive income. So don't look at it like, oh, Coop, you always show us sales videos. It's not that, guys. Those are units that people are going to buy, and then they're going to want to rent out to you guys. And it's great that you guys can see them firsthand and be like, oh, yeah, this would be somewhere I'd like to live. It's got a man-made beach. It's got a running track. It's got multi-story car park. I ain't got to worry about parking my bike or my car. It's covered. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. It's exactly what I'm looking for. Fantastic beach view. Thanks, Coop. Yeah, let me know when those open up and when they're come available for the rents. And I'll go back and I'll film them the interior when they're all finished. I filmed 2 of those, the Rum and the Copacabana. I filmed the demo rooms, but I have to wait until the construction is complete before I can actually go in and film the finished product and show you everything that's on site. Maybe they got a game room, a library, sauna, steam room, how many swimming pools, the parking area, what's around 7-Eleven and all that. I can go back and do all that once it's finished. And I have a very good reputation and agreement with a lot of these developers, and they have my personal details, and they'll often send me an email. Hey, Coop, remember you came over and filmed ours, last year? Well, we're giving out the first keys. Would you like to come to the grand opening and film it for your channel? Great, thank you. And I get those emails, and when I get them, I go and do them. So win-win for everybody. Glad you liked it. What a sale. Hang on, I need a drink. There's my neighbor. J.E. says, good evening, Cooper. I need a staycation from our vacation. We had a ball hanging with you and Darlene. It was our pleasure sharing Venice with you. How about that pasta and pizza? It was to die for. Thank you for taking us down your memory lane 16 years ago when you were in the Navy and you were stationed in the area. And you spent several trips there, and you had a hotel right down the road from there. And that's where you went, for your lunch and dinner because you loved the food that much. And you were absolutely right, bud. The pizza was to die for. I had it with extra mozzarella on there. I had a ham and salami pizza. And then I had a spaghetti bolognese. And oh my God, did that taste delicious. But yeah, owe it all to you, bud. Thank you for that, for joining us as well. Good friends, good neighbors, good people. Jay says, as for the go-karts, he only passed me because all of the 7-layer cake I was eating. That's why you're 30 pounds heavier than me. I'm diabetic. I can't eat it. So I had the chocolate cake, 0 sugar they had on there. And I enjoyed it. It was really good. He says, cheat? I think not. The dartboard kept cheating my score so Darlene could win. Yeah, he's throwing his darts and they kept bouncing off the dartboard and counting it as 0. I think Cooper paid the ship staff working the front desk. Laughing. Yeah, Darlene won in the darts. We played 2 games and the 4 of us, and she won both. Beat us all. Jumped in Jalek says, hey, Coop, I'm proud to say I live in Thailand and I have you in this community. Hey, babe. Okay, I thought my wife wanted me to just come out the room. To thank. Now living in Cetus condominium and loving every minute. And Jalek, make sure you come to our meet and greet. This Tuesday is our next meet and greet, 6 p.m. At Fraser's on Tapaya Road in Jomtien. And because I have several of our subscribers actually staying in that building, instant friends for you to hang out with. So yes, several of our subscribers live in Cetus, and they come to our meet and greets and I can introduce you to them. We get a lot of our regulars and a lot of the new people turn up at the meet and greets. So fantastic. And it'd be great to say hello to you in person. And we have our first shout out to give, and it's from my sister. Oh, no. She just says, welcome home, bro. Okay. No, we got a shout out to give to 123. It's Mr. JD buys us 5 coffees. Thank you, Mr. JD. And says, screen, don't time out. Lacha and myself are happy to welcome you back to the land of smiles. And thank you for that 5 coffees, Mr. JD. And looking forward to meeting Lacha. I've seen her, but I never met her. I saw her outside the house one time, but never met her. Make sure you both come to the meet and greet on Tuesday, Mr. JD, and you too, JLex. We always have a great turnout. Wolf says, my mystery prediction is 20 cents, 0.75. Ooh, still going down. Last time, I think it was 22. I'm hoping it's going to go sort of this way a bit. T. Meyer says, glad you had fun on the trip. Hope the markets fly this week. We need it. Bitcoin's up. So that's a good start. I mean, it's a holiday weekend in the U.S., so the stock markets were closed on Friday. So only had a 4-day week. But let's see if they continue to go up during this weekend. And we'll talk more about that on Wednesday. Money Matters. Outside the Box says, H-Town is Houston, Texas. Know it well. Officially retiring on Tuesday. Let the plan to move to Pattaya commence. Smart man. I know Houston very well. My sister just messaged me. She's going to be here next month and going to be here with us for 2 weeks. Check out the area. And she's from Austin, so the capital of Texas. People say, Texas, capital is not Austin. It's Dallas. Houston. Austin. Dot Yen says, with all these condos in Pattaya, Jomtien, are most of them vacant? They are now. It's low season. This is the best time of the year to get a deal. If you want to come out to Thailand and retire, I say come in low season, or if you come in high season, only do a contract until the end of low season, end of high season, because if not, they're going to expect you to pay that price all year, and they always add 30 to 50% above the normal price. Sometimes, even double. I've seen 2.5 times as well. .yen, where people have said, and I'm like, wait a minute, this condo is only worth 20,000, and you're asking 50. Well, yeah, it's high season. That's where I make all my money. It's like, wow, that is a bit of a ripoff. But so how people make their money. The demand is out there during high season, and low season it's not. So make your rental agreement with the agent / owner, whoever you're dealing with, and say, okay, I want a rental agreement until May. And then if I like it, we'll negotiate for a contract for a whole year. And that's the way to do it, to get a good deal. Because if you can stay there for all of low season, they're going to love you, and they're going to give you a very good offer. Mike Dottie says, welcome back, Coop, from Mike and Little Mike. Thank you, Mikey. Roger with the D. Just got 45 square meter condo. What's this? 1 KB baht more than my previous 35 square meters. I think maybe it's 1,000 baht. With sea views, also $30 a month. Yeah, so the 1,000 baht. Price difference between the 35 and the 45 square meter condo. That's a good deal. That is a very good deal, Roger. Alpha says, Roger with the D, glad to hear the good news. See you at the open condo party. Mr. Nut from Bangsaray says, good evening, Coop and gang. Glad you had a good time, and even gladder you are back. Brooke did a great job, but I could tell he missed his sidekick. He loves me. What can I say? He does love me, and I love him too. He's a great guy, good friend. And come on with the comments, guys. We're running out. Enough about the cruise in open forum. Shoot anything you want to talk about. Next up, Annie says, welcome back, loves. Hey, everyone. Coop, ever wonder what happened to those Nutter Butters I was bringing Darlene? They were delicious. You two were on the cruise, and they kept calling my name. Sorry. Darlene's laughing over there. Annie, she brought you back some Nutter Butters, but we were on the cruise, and they kept calling her name, so she's at them all. Darlene brought you a souvenir. But unfortunately, it's going to be before it gets to you. No, I'm just joking. But she did get you a souvenir, sweetheart. And Annie was great. She had been to Turkey before, and she had some money left over, some Turkish lira, and she came to meet and greet, knew that we were going there, and said, here, I'm never going back to Turkey again. I've been there, done that, but they won't change it over in Thailand. Maybe you can use it. And it was nice. Darlene was able to pay for a taxi and give a tip at a restaurant. So thank you for that. Much appreciated, Annie. Roger says, sea news from Koh to Bangsaray. Oh, sea views from Koh to Bangsaray. Yeah, you're going to have that is an awesome view right there. I know where you're talking about, Roger. On a clear day, you can see all the islands out there, including Monkey Island. Been there a couple times. I'm on my old jet ski that I sold, because people were saying, Coop, if you get a jet ski, I'll get one, and I'll get one, and I'll get one, and we'll all go out jet skiing together, and we'll have our own little jet ski club. I bought one, had it for about 18 months. Nobody else bought one. I said, getting rid of it. Because if you're going to be out in the ocean, folks, and you're in a jet ski, it's a single engine. That sucker breaks down, you got nobody to help you. You're in trouble. So with that, you got to be careful, and it's safer to go out in numbers. And so I just kept it very close to the shore and didn't go out very far. Yen says, are you planning to have more expat guests in future live streams? Well, I was planning on having John. JE, he was supposed to come on and join us, and he said, Coop, I still got jet lag, bro. I don't know if I'm going to be awake on there. And you know I don't drink, and if I come on there, people will think that I'm drunk because I'll be slurring and I'll be going like this because I can't stay awake because I got jet lag, and he's a year younger than me. And I made it. He said next time. But no, we are going to have some more guests come on. I've spoke to a few before we left, and they said, yeah, when we get back, we'll definitely do a live stream with you and talk about our experiences here in Thailand. Alpha says, Coop, how were the flights this trip? Emirates. Fantastic. Love Emirates. It's my favorite airline in the world. The customer service is second to none. They misplaced a bag, one of my suitcases one time when I was flying to Thailand from Europe, and they met me at the conveyor belt and they said, Mr. Cooper? I said, yeah. And they said, we're sorry, but your bag's gone to Johannesburg. I was like, Johannesburg? What's it doing in there? And they said, well, a little bit of a mix-up, and yours went to Johannesburg. But don't worry. We're going to get it to you wherever you're staying in Thailand. It'll be delivered tomorrow and by courier. And for your trouble, they gave me a $500 voucher. Said, here you go. So you got clothes to change into, and we're going to give you 100,000 air miles as well for your for compensation, and it'll be delivered tomorrow. Just give us the address where you're going to be. And I did, and it was delivered the very next day. Well, 100,000 air miles, that's 2 business class tickets, to and from return to Europe. So I was like, thank you for free, take my luggage anytime you want. I don't mind. But no, they are fantastic. Their neighboring Qatar Airways, worst in the world, folks. Absolutely worst in the world. Zero customer service. I bought Darlene a suitcase, makeup suitcase. It was a professional one with legs that came down, lights and speaker and USB plugs in it, and mirror and all that professional artists would use. And I bought that for one of our wedding anniversaries. And we went to fly to Thailand when we came here just after COVID started opening up. And we got to the airport. I told them what was in there. We were flying Qatar Airways. And I said, it's very fragile, and they said, okay. And I had it all bubble wrapped inside, bubble wrapped outside. And they put a fragile sticker on there. Got to Thailand, it was smashed to bits. Absolutely smashed to bits. I was really upset. That sucker cost me $2,000, so it wasn't exactly cheap. It was expensive. It was the state-of-the-art one. And I took pictures of it. I complained to Qatar Airways. I sent emails. I think we must have sent 20 emails. Never, ever even got a reply. Nothing. Not even sorry. Wasn't us. Nothing. Maybe it was airport staff. Nothing. And no compensation whatsoever. So our days with Qatar Airways are over. I will never, ever, ever, knock on marble table here, ever fly Qatar Airways again. Their customer service does not exist. And if you have a similar issue and your stuff goes missing, gets lost, gets damaged, gets stolen, they don't have one. There's no number to call. There's no hotline to call. You get an email and that's it. And they don't respond to the email. So I tried for over a year. I know that the COVID was coming to an end and all that. So every couple months, I'd send them the email again with a copy of the flight ticket, showed all the pictures and everything else. Never, ever got a reply. So Qatar Airways gets 2 thumbs down from Coops and crew. And Emirates, their customer service, second to none. So yeah, still recommended them. Alpha. JE says, Annie, Darlene said sometime. Laughing out loud. Same time, sometime. Laughing out loud. Mai Tai Paradise. Kim from Denmark says, hello, Cooper. Good to see you back in the land of smiles. Where is the deep pools in Jomtien and more than 75 meters squared for rent? Okay. There's one that I filmed. It was over 100 square meters. The pool was 9 foot deep, and it is right next to Jomtien Night Market, just the other side of the Copacabana 1 condominium complex. Do you remember what the name of that one was, honey? Darlena? Hang on, she got her headphones on. What was the name of that condominium right opposite the Jomtien Night Market that had the deepest pool? It was 9 feet deep. Which one? Banchalai. Banchalai. So we did film it. It is on the channel. We filmed 2 units there, a 1 bedroom and a 2 bedroom. Amazing. Amazingly big. And the balcony, you could have fit 30 people on there, no problem. And the ground floor one, you were allowed to have a barbecue on it. The balcony was that big, you can actually have a barbecue on there. But yeah, that was one, Kim. Not too many condos out here with deep pools. Most of the condos out here, the pools are sort of standard depth between 4 and 4.5 feet deep. I do like a deep pool because I like to swim. Even mine here and the shallow end at my house, it's 4 foot. And in the deep end, it's like 5.5, but I'm okay as long as it's over, 4.5 feet. And I have that here. But for condos out here, very rare. I think that there's only been like 3 I've ever seen that's been above 5 feet deep. And that was one of them. The other one was in the heart of Pattaya. I wouldn't stay there. So I'm not going to recommend it on the channel. And then the third one, I can't think where that was. There was a third one where I saw, and the pool was like, oh, yes, it was on Jomtien Beach Road, and it was a 3-bedroom condo, very, very big, and the pool was 7 feet deep. So that was a fantastic one too, but I can't remember that the name of it. But I don't think you want a 3-bedroom all to yourself, Kim. But yeah, we filmed both of them on the channel. What a Sale says, Coop, years ago, I did Egypt in December and January. Coolest it can be, and less chances of yellow fever on the Nile cruises and sites, which are absolutely fantastic. I know you've been telling me about it. What a sale. But unfortunately, the only time NCL is going through there is September next year. So I'm hoping that in September, the weather won't be too hot. I think it's towards the middle of September, like the 15th or something around there, that it goes. It'll be great weather in Egypt. And I think it's got 3 or 4 stops. I got to find the full itinerary and look it over. But to go through the Suez Canal, that'll be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And it's NCL, so guess what? It's going to have a casino. It's going to have like 12 different restaurants, swimming pool, lots of fun things to do, arcade room, darts, and all sorts of things. So we'll have a great time on that. And that one is 3 weeks, 21 days. Going to love that. White Lime says, annoying Emirates have grounded most of the A380s. We were on the A380 going out and coming back, White Lime. And I love the A380 business class because the A380's got the downstairs for economy, and then it's got upstairs for business and first class. And at the back of business class on the A380, they got a full bar, and you got bar stools there, and you don't have to sit in your seat. You can get up, stretch your legs, go back to the bar, have some peanuts, have some snacks, bar snacks, have a couple of drinks. Even if you're not a drinker, you can have sodas, juices, whatever, and chat to people and have a great time on the flight. If you're going on a long trip, it's a great place to socialize on an airplane, which normally don't have anywhere to socialize other than the passenger sitting next to you. So I do love the A380s, and they're bringing out a new one, White Lime. It's called the A390, and I have seen clips of it on YouTube. It's not out yet, but they do have several demos of it, and it looks absolutely fantastic. So I'll be looking forward to going on their A390s when they come out. Drink time, folks. Drink time. I got no brookie here to do some talking and give my mouth a break. Dot Yen says, do you have 2 to 3 other favorite condos in Jomtien besides Dusit Grand Park 2? Yeah. That one that I mentioned earlier to Kim, that one I could see me living in. I love that it was like 20 feet away from the beach. And I mean feet. I'm not talking yards or meters. I'm talking feet. It was that freaking close. I love that it's right next to Jomtien Night Market. I love that the fact that the pool was 9 feet deep. And I love the security of it. The security was fantastic. And I was like, wow, ain't nobody getting into here. Kind of reminded me of Fort Knox, you know. It's like, oh, they're gardening up in here. You know, there must be somebody important living here. But no, it was really, really, really nice. And it looked to me like a hotel and a pyramid at the same time. Because when you walk in, the levels were going up like this, the floors, rather than straight up. They were going up at an angle, almost like a pyramid. And it looked, it had a beautiful garden there inside. It was an inside garden, not an outside. They had all the netting up to keep any birds from flying through there and pooping on people's property. So they did a pretty good job. The building itself, probably 15 years old. You can see it's a little bit dated, but nothing that would make me feel uncomfortable. It was very nice. I would have rented there in an absolute heartbeat. I love the size of it. I love the location of it. I like that you had a separate utility room before you go into the condo, which was on the outside. And it was a big room. It was bigger than a lot of people's bedrooms in condos, folks. And I'm like, wow, you could fit a heck of a lot of storage in there. You could put a bicycle in there. You could put a wash machine, a dryer, shelves, gardening tools, if that was your thing, or maybe you're into hobbies and stuff like that. And you put all that in there and you don't have clutter around in your living room. The kitchen was a very nice size. Living room was great. It was wooden floors. I liked everything about it. And the price was very, very reasonable. I thought 25,000 baht for the 1 bedroom and 30,000 for the 2 was extremely reasonable due to the location and the size of the thing. I mean, I'd have to go back and watch the video, Yen, but I think the size, it was over 100 square meters. I know that for the 1 and the 2 bedroom. I'm thinking like 130 for the 1 bedroom, and it was like 170 for the 2 bedroom. But yeah, go back. It's on the channel. And I think the title of the video was Deepest Pool in Jomtien was the title. So go back and look on our channel and you'll definitely find it. But no, I really, really did like that one. That would be one of my top 3. The other one that I really like is the Copacabana 1. I think that's a fantastic building. I like that they had the swim up bar where you can sit there and have an ice smoothie, and they had bar snacks there. And I think there was hot dogs and stuff like that you could order there. It had an amazing front swimming pool, and you got security gate takes you right out onto the beach road. So you're right there on the bus route. That was another fantastic hotel, condo building, the Copacabana. That would be in the top 3. And third one, probably Cetus. I think Cetus is a fantastic building. It really is. I know some of our subscribers got some really fantastic deals in Cetus. I like that they have a big gym with a yoga room. They had a library, a games room, big, beautiful infinity pool there. That one, again, Cetus, if you're on a budget, Cetus would be a great one for you. And it's right next to the beach. So you got nothing in the front going to block your view. But yeah, those would be probably be my top 3 favorites with ocean views. David Lowe says, welcome back, Coop. Checking in from beautiful Rhode Island morning. Click the like button and missing Thailand and the great community and being a handsome man. Thanks for the info and community. And thank you, David. And thank you for your fellow service. He's a fellow veteran like I am. And a lot of respect for him. Get back here to Thailand quickly, buddy. Roger with the D says, Dusit Grand Condo Views, second road, 5-foot deep pool. Yeah, for me being 6 foot tall, I want that extra bit. It's hard to find over 4.5 feet in Thailand, Roger. Very, very hard to find, primarily because they don't have lifeguards at these condos. So the ones that have the deep pools tend to be the older buildings before they changed the laws, and they had to have lifeguards if it was over 4.5 feet. Before, you could have a pool 6 foot, 9 foot, no problem. And you didn't require a lifeguard, but then they changed the rules, and those that are on the old one rule were grandfathered, so they didn't have to worry about it. So I think that's probably the reason behind it. Lost Boy says, I used to use Emirates all the time going from Miami to Bangkok, and I agree, they are the best. But now leaving from San Diego or LA, they aren't as available. No, they're not. But what my mom used to do, Lost Boy, because she lived in California, when she used to come out to Asia with me back in the day before she passed, God rest her soul, she used to fly with Cathay Pacific, and she loved them. She loved the chair layout in there for the business class. She said she liked that they were angled and you had all that room there. She said the lounge in LA was fantastic with Cathay Pacific, and also their home country lounge. She said the food was to die for. The customer service was great as well. I've never been on Cathay Pacific. I do want to do them one time. I want to see why my mom rated them so high. And she'd been on Emirates too, but she said, Cathay beats Emirates. So I got to try it one time. Kim says, what kind of grill do you want? The kind of grill I want is, I'm not as fancy as JE. And a lot of people I know. I don't want the smokers. I've never been good with the smokers. I had a smoker before. I didn't like it. The barbecue I had in our last home in Kuwait was called Texas Joe. And it was just a big steel thing. And it had 2 layers. And there was plenty enough room on there to cook 20 full-size steaks and 10 chickens at the same time, and it was charcoal. And I'm an old-fashioned guy. I like the charcoal barbecues. I love the smell of charcoal. I love the taste of it on the meat, on my steaks, on my ribs, on my chicken, my burgers, my hot dogs. When I'm having a barbecue, I love that taste. You can't beat it. It reminds me of my childhood. And hard to find here in Thailand, but Gary, the owner of where we have our meet and greet at Fraser's, he knows somebody that makes them here in Thailand, and he's going to put me in touch with them. And I said, wait till after the cruise. Money's sort of tied up. Money's a little bit tight right now. Gary, my wife wants to buy a lot of stuff, and Pandora ain't cheap. I said, so let me get this vacation out of the way. I'll meet up with you, and we'll go see your friend, and he can make them to any size that you want. And that's the one that I want, Kim. But if you go on to Google search and you look at Texas Joe, you'll see the one that I used to have, and had a big chimney on the side of it. It was good. Alpha says, Pin says, welcome back. Hello, Pin. Looking forward to seeing everyone again soon. Did Coop learn how to make Italian pizza on his trip? Nope, but I learned how to eat it real fast. Coop, she's also always thinking of food. I know she eats 5 times a day and doesn't gain a pound. How the heck is that possible? I don't know. I have no idea. She's skinny as anything, Pin. But fantastic girl, great smile. You done well. You got to marry her. I'm gonna keep putting that down. Yeah, you got to marry her. You've been with her what, 10 years now? Come on, put a ring on it. What a Sale says, what was Darlene's favorite thing to see when you were on the cruise? And thanks for all that she does for the channel and community. Pandora. Whenever she saw Pandora's, babe, 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 look, Pandora. No, I'm just joking. My wife's a foodie. She loves trying new food, new cultures. And she always looks on reviews on Google and, oh, this place is supposed to be really good. They got the best food in the area. We got to go there. Okay, let's go. Yeah. The other thing that she likes history, which she loved seeing the ruins at Athens. So did I. It was fantastic to get up there and see them. A lot of steps to get up there. Boy, my legs are still killing me. Like all that. I'm a big history buff. To all you watching, I love everything history, and seeing the ruins in Athens and the other sites in Greece was great, but they didn't have a lick on Pompeii. Pompeii in Italy blew me away. Absolutely blew me away, because you can see exactly how they live, folks. Nothing has changed about it, other than the roofs are missing on the buildings. You can actually see their toilets, the roads, the tiles in their kitchen, and all that. And it's 3,000 years old. It was buried by a volcano that went up, and it was buried in volcano ash. And it was the volcano ash that protected Pompeii from the elements. And if it wasn't for the fact that it was in volcanic ash, it would look like a lot like the Greek ruins, were just stones. There was not a lot to see, and some columns, but not a lot really to see to get a general idea how they looked when they were built, before the weather and everything got to them and wars and all that happened. You don't have any idea. You're just looking at a pile of rocks and saying, okay, I guess this used to be something 2,000 years ago. With Pompeii, you can see everything. All the buildings are still there. The roads are still there. You can see where the horse and buggy were going, because they had the grooves in the road where the wheels of the cart were going, and they were metal wheels, so they were grinding on the rocks for hundreds of years. And you can see all that. And I'm like, damn, everything was there. The bathhouses, the sculptures. It was just like you were living 3,500 years ago. And that's why I'm so keen on seeing Egypt, because everything that's inside the pyramids has all been kept out of the elements. So you can see exactly how it was in Egyptian times, and see all the paintings that they did on the wall, and the words, and all that beautiful artwork, and Tutankhamun. And I love that sort of stuff, and to be able to experience it, because we still have no idea, 3,000 years later, how the heck they built the pyramids, how they got those big blocks on top of each other, and how they moved them. They said they were pulled with horses. I don't think so. Those suckers were like 50 tons each. There ain't no horses pulling that in sand, I'll tell you right now. So just a mystery, because there was engineers that went there in documentaries on the Discovery Channel years ago and said, if we wanted to create this today, even with our modern technology, we couldn't do it. There's no way we can move these things the size they are even today. And we got big cranes that can lift 10 tons and all that. We can't move 50 tons. That's too much, So how the Egyptians did it, who knows? Maybe it was from the lost city Atlantis with their technology that helped them before it went underwater. But no, I'm a big history buff, and that's what I like. And my wife likes it too. She likes seeing the sights and the culture. She likes the clothes that they wear. I'm always buy some clothes to bring back, and one thing I brought back, my hat. There you go. and Jay, God bless him. He says, Coop, all you need is put that hat on, put it on at an angle like this, put a toothpick in your mouth, and you look just like Hannibal Lecter when he went to Venice in one of his movies. 100 Lot says, I'm 49 and miserable in the US. All I look forward to doing is eating. I have a 50K job. I have 50K saved up. And I'm thinking about pulling the plug and moving to Southeast Asia. Well, 50K is a good savings, but are you going to have a pension when you get here, Mr. Lot? That's something that you got to consider. What are you going to live on? I'm 56. I have a disability that I'm on that covers our life out here. I'll be on that for life. I had a bad accident and I'm on disability for life. At 49, unless you've already worked for a company for 20 years and you got a pension, you got to think what you're going to live on. But it's 50K in savings. That's a good amount, for a nest egg when you come to Thailand. That's a very good amount. Nothing wrong with that there. And maybe your 50K is a job that you're doing online and you're doing remotely. In that case, you're going to be living the life of Riley on 50K here a year in Thailand. You're going to be having a fantastic life. Let us know in the comments, buddy. White Lime says, completely understand your frustration with Qatar, but their business Q Suite is really top notch. We did the Q Suite and we did that flight. That was the one that Darlene had her makeup bag broken to shredderings. Huh? From Kuwait to Thailand. That was a Q Suite. Yeah, she's just saying over here. She's on the laptop doing some editing as we speak. So I like the plane. I like the flight. I like the airport. But if a company doesn't care about their customers, it loses my support 100% there, White Lime. And we've lost that in the West. And a lot of places, zero customer service. Philippines, zero customer service. Believe me, zero. Don't respect you. You buy it, there's no guarantee. You buy a brand new sofa in the Philippines. If it breaks the very next day, there's no guarantee, no nothing. I bought a brand new one here. It's guaranteed for 10 years. It's a lazy boy, but it's guaranteed for 10 years. In the Philippines, our sofa broke 2 days after we brought it home, and it was from a reputable dealer, one of the biggest in the Philippines. Nope, not our problem. So you don't even guarantee it for 30 days? Nope, no guarantee in the Philippines. You take it as is. I said, I bought this on the showroom floor. Yeah, and that was their attitude. And with Qatar Airways, not even replying to the email saying, we'll look into it, or we're sorry about that. Nothing. Here's some free air miles. Sorry for your loss, whatever. Wouldn't have hurt them. They made billions of dollars every year. They're almost as big as Emirates, Qatar Airways. They could have done something, but to not even answer the email or entertain it, after they destroyed it. And I told them it was my wife's anniversary present. I even provided the receipt and all that in the email that I bought, that I bought it and how much I paid for it, and I got nothing in reply. So to me, if they don't care about their passengers, why should I care about them? I'm going to use somebody that's going to treat me with the respect that I want to be treated. If I'm spending all that money to fly with them in business class, and they can't even bother to reply to an email that they damaged my property, my wife's property, they're out the door. I don't give a damn how nice their Q Suites are on their plane. I prefer Emirates to be honest with you. I like the fact that they're in the business class. They got the TV screen. It's like this freaking big, it's and compared to the little ones that you get in economy like this, and you're getting a full size, 27-inch TV screen in there. That's fantastic. It goes in a lie flat bed, and the food is fantastic. The customer service, they give you a limo to and from the airport. Great. Gotta love it. They had a limo waiting for us when we arrived in Istanbul. They had a limo come to our hotel, a water taxi limo in Venice, and picked us up and then put us into a limousine, once they got us onto the land side, where they were allowed to have cars, and took us straight to the airport. Boom, straight up VIP, red carpet treatment all the way. No queuing for nothing, VIP everything, straight through. And that's why I love Emirates so much, is they actually care when Qatar Airways doesn't. And I've been to airports in the Middle East, and I've seen the Qatar desks there with the representatives, that you could talk to. And I said, hey, I've been trying for over a year to get, a reply on this. Oh, we can't get replies, sir. We email them too. We get a lot of complaints. They never reply. And they're telling you that their customer service departments, it's a whole different department out of our hands. I said, can't you call them? Isn't there a number you call? Nope, they don't have a number. They only have an email, and they never reply. I was like, that you told me everything I need to know about Qatar Airways. Thank you. Before that, I loved them, and I considered them number 2 in the world, just below Emirates, or just as good as Emirates. Jay Mason says, history has been distorted. How so? Roger with the D says, low season this year, and I love it. I love it, Roger, because in high season it can become super packed in this area. That's the downside. The biggest downside is it can become super packed, super busy, and struggling to find a chair on the beach. That's why I say low season is the best time. High season, I get out of Dodge. I go on cruise ships, and stuff like that. I go to different areas, go spend some time with the kids and do stuff with them. Because it is busy here, so I use those high season months as the months that we want to go traveling and, spend time with family and friends. Jay Mason elaborates and says, everything inside the pyramids has been stolen. Yeah, a lot of it's been stolen by treasure hunters over the years, and they're in museums. And I've seen some of the stuff in one of the London museums. They had a bunch of the stuff there from Tutankhamun. But me, I'm more interested in how it was built, the architecture of it all, and also the writings and the hieroglyphics and stuff like that. That would put me in my element. I would love to see that stuff there, because you're pretty much going back to almost caveman era when they had drawings and stuff, and imagining this is how they lived. Well, it's all still there. All the tunnels are still there. All the passageways, the king's chamber and all that is still there. Okay, some of the gold may have been taken out, but the statues and everything are still there. They wouldn't be able to move those. Those were thousands of pounds in weight, so they're all still there. Just some of the gold trinkets and stuff that they would have been able to put in their pockets and run away with. Yeah, I agree with you that, Jay Mason, but that's not the reason I want to see it. I want to see it for the architecture and, the fact that I can be in somewhere that was 3,000 years ago built and see exactly how it was back in their time. And, the weather hasn't changed it, the global warming or the ice age or all these things that were supposedly happening, thousands of years ago didn't affect the inside of it. The outside's a little bit eroded. You can see that on the videos if you watch any videos on it, but the inside is just the way it was. And that's what I want to see. That's what I really want to see. And I got to do it before I die. It's number 1 on my bucket list. Dot Yen says, how much is your health insurance cost each year again? Mine is $1,990. And that is for the silver package with Pacific Cross. I have it for inpatients only. I don't bother doing the outpatient because it's so freaking cheap. It doesn't make sense. I'm 56 years old and I'm type 2 diabetic. And it's $1,990 a year. And it'll stay that price until I'm 60. They go in 5-year increments. So from 55 to 60, it'll be that price. And I'm happy with it. And Brooke had his at 72, I think he was, when he joined Pacific Cross. And his was only $1,000 difference, but he had a copay of I think it was 50,000 baht, so about $1,700 that he would have to pay first, and then the insurance would pay everything on the top of it. But even then, that's still a good deal, you know. In my mind, I know when I get 70, okay, you know, if I have an accident, I pay the first $1,700. So, okay, that's a good deal. That's a good deal to me. You know, if I spend a week in hospital and maybe 2 weeks in intensive care or whatever, I know the most it's going to cost me is $1,700. The insurance has got the rest. I'm okay with that. I think it's the best out here. And the great thing is there's no cutoff age with Pacific Cross. I get no kickbacks for telling you guys this, and nor do I want any. I do this all because I want you guys to save money. I've already boots on ground. I've treaded the water. I've done the experience. I can talk to you about it and say, this was the best I found. I couldn't find anybody that could beat it. And then the Bangkok hospital reckons they're the #1 insurance in Thailand, and they always pay their bills. They've never had a problem with claims with the insurance company. And I'm like, that's the one I want. And I can't find one that doesn't have a cutoff age other than Pacific Cross. They said, if you're 100 years old, we'll still insure you. You live to 110, 120, we'll still insure you. So I like that. A lot of other insurances out there, yen, they cut you off at 80 or 85, but not with Pacific Cross. What a Sale says, next trip to Europe, you need to visit the Nice of the North, Amsterdam. Been to Amsterdam. We were in Amsterdam not last year, but the year before. We did a cruise from Iceland to Europe, and it was Northern Europe. So it went to Norway, Denmark, Holland, Belgium, France, and then England. And that was a fantastic cruise. When we went in Amsterdam, I went to the red light area. Dorothy wanted to see it. It was like, what's this all about? Okay, I'll show you. But and had a great shawarma, they're called. If you never had a shawarma, oh, they're like a kebab, but only better. The best kebab I've ever had is a shawarma in Amsterdam. He says, history is amazing, and museums like the Rijksmuseum and the Van Gogh, beautiful city, and the food is international. Yes, I've seen the Rijksmuseum. I didn't go in Van Gogh Museum. We didn't have a lot of time on that trip, but we did go into a wax museum, and that was fascinating while we were there. Kim says, Coop, you look like a wise guy. There you go. How you doing? With my wise hat. Yep. Give me a pipe. Yeah. Yen, when you make big purchases in Thailand, is it by cash or with QR scan pay, since it's not by credit card? QR scan pay. That's it. Yen, when I bought my car here in Thailand, and I've got an SUV, it's a Ford Everest. I paid 1.9 million baht, so around about my best guess was about 60,000 US dollars at the time. It was done. QR code, scan pay, one payment, done. Walked out with the keys and the paperwork and the license plate and the insurance, you know, and it was instant. It was super fast. The only thing I had to do was notify the bank that I was going to Ford to buy the car. And I told them what the price was, and they had to pre-authorize it on the scan pay, which was no problem. I had the money in the bank. You know, I sold my old car in the Philippines, which was the exact same car I got now. And I made a profit on it because there was a waiting list to get them for another 6 months. So I had actually got more for selling it than what I did when I bought it brand new off the showroom floor, because I was one of the first on the waiting list to get one, because I tried it at a car show. I was like, I want that. They said, pay the deposit. You can have it in 6 months time, you know, when it, because it's a brand new model and there's a waiting list. I said, okay. And they said, you'll be getting the first ones that arrive in the Philippines. I said, fantastic. I paid the 20,000 peso deposit, what was that? I don't know, $400, whatever it was at the time. That's all I had to pay for a down payment. And then you pay the full amount when you pick the car up. And when I got it, there was a 9-month waiting list to get it after I had it. And I had it for like 6 months. And when I sold it, there was over a year waiting list. And the guy that bought it off me ended up giving me $5,000 over book value, what I paid for it. And I'd already had 10,000 kilometers on it. So I got a damn good deal. And I loved the car in the Philippines. So when we moved to Thailand, Darlene said, we're getting that car again. That was a great car. And by that time, there was no waiting list and I could buy it straight from the dealer. So I'd save money on it. But yeah, I did it with QR Scan Pay. Used to be there was no limit. As long as you got the money in the bank, you could do it. And you had to do the old facial recognition scan and blink 3 times, move your head this way, smile, so it knows it's not AI, it's actually you. And the payments would go through, but they've changed that now because a lot of fraud, and they've lessened it. So you actually have to go to the bank and say, hey, I'm going to spend this kind of money. I'm going to be buying a new car. This is the value of it. And they'll say, okay, when are you going there? And just give us a call when you get there, and we'll authorize it. And you have 30 minutes to do it, the transaction, and then we set it back to the normal limit. It saves you. It saves the banks from any heartache, and it saves you as well. Last thing you want is somebody stealing your phone and being able to empty your bank account. With the new regulations here in Thailand, I think they're great. And I have no problem with the extra security. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm okay with it because it protects me at the same time. I don't have to worry about going to the bank and all of a sudden my money's gone, because somebody hacked my phone or whatever. So it's for both of our protections. Kim says, go, what's he say? Scrolled up. Go where you're treated best. Land of Smiles, here I come. Hope it will be in October. Great to have you back out here, Kim. Great to have you back out here. And by the way, thanks for helping our buddy Brownie. Much appreciated. Alpha, Kim, exactly. Maybe Alpha will be out here in October too. Good. Mike Coop, what's your take on Singapore Airlines? Good airline. Singapore Airlines is a good airline. I got 0 problems with them. The only thing I advise is do not take cigarettes or vapes into Singapore. Do not. No, not one cigarette. Don't take it. Not one vape. Do not take it. Number one, vapes are illegal, highly illegal. Over here, they're tolerated, but illegal, sort of like prostitution and marijuana here in Thailand. Tolerated, but illegal. You can do it behind closed doors, but can't do it in public. So is the rule here in Thailand. Now, Singapore, it's an automatic jail term. They're that serious about banning vapes there. Europe, you can vape anywhere. It was fantastic. I hardly smoked any cigarettes. I was vaping the whole trip, which was great, because I want to quit smoking. And to me, vapes are the best way. I like it, and it doesn't bother my wife's sensitive nose because she can't stand the smell of cigarettes, and I don't blame her. She's a non-smoker. So I never smoke in the house ever. And when I'm vaping, she says, I can't smell anything and you smell great. And I'm like, okay, win-win for both of us. I like it too. But if you're taking cigarettes into, even if it's a carton of duty-free, they will tax you on the whole carton. They do not allow duty-free in their country. And it has to have the ugly picture like that right there, the ugly picture. I can't show you the name of cigarettes. YouTube will ding me for that. But it's got to have an ugly picture like that on a cigarette pack. And if you're coming from Europe or America where you don't have the ugly picture on there, they confiscate them, take them off you. You can say, I bought them in Dubai duty free. Sorry, no ugly picture, in the trash can they go. And if it does have the ugly picture, they'll let you bring them in the country, but they're going to tax you on each cigarette. I only had 5 cigarettes in a pack when we came off the cruise ship because it landed in Singapore. And they taxed me on the 5 cigarettes. I said, how many is in that pack? 5. They said, okay, you got to go pay this over there at the counter. Give us the receipt. We'll let you through. I'm like, for 5 cigarettes? Yep. we tax you on each and every one. I was like, damn. I said, it's duty free. Doesn't matter. You pay tax for it. And it's a lesson I learned in Singapore, but the airline's fantastic. Kenny is over in Bali right now with his fiance, absolutely loving it over there. He's going to be back on Wednesday on the 27th. And he said business class was excellent with him. Kim says, next cruise from Thailand, when? None that we know of right now, Kim. There is a cruise that we're looking at. It's a mini cruise in October. It's 4 days, and it's going from Singapore to Singapore. So it's just going up a little bit up the coast and then coming back. It's 4 days on a cruise, 3 nights, 4 days. And it's what you call a mini cruise. And it's being done by Royal Caribbean. And I've never been on a Royal Caribbean ship. I hear they're absolutely fantastic and one of the best. I've only ever been on Norwegian and Fred Olsen cruise lines. And I would like to try it to experience it. But, you know that people can exaggerate because maybe they're getting kickbacks from the cruise line when you watch them on YouTube. So you got to take everything with a pinch of salt. And I said to Darlene, I said, it's only a local one. It's only 4 days. Why don't we just try it and see if it's that good? So before we waste any money to do a 2-week cruise with them, we're not going to be disappointed. We'll know what they'll be like. And if they are better than Norwegian, okay, maybe we'll go on a longer cruise with them. We'll just go check them out. So that one is October. But Norwegian often has cruises going out of Liam to Bang, which is just the other side of Pattaya, folks. It's only a 35-minute drive by taxi from Pattaya to Liam to Bang, and that's the closest port. They do have them from time to time. We did our very first cruise out of there, and it was great. But yeah, you just have to check on the cruise line's website or just go on Grok and say, any cruises going out of Thailand, for 2026 or 2027, and it'll tell you in about 10 seconds, faster than you can search on the internet. Roger with the D says, I always love Southeast Asia love season. I do too. It's my favorite time of the year, Roger. Alpha says, at Mike Dottie, Singapore Airlines, top notch. Yep, they got very good reviews. Southeast Asia, Emirates. Yep, I agree. My favorite. Jetter says, is Brooke going to provide an update on his insurance search finding? Keeps saying he will. He will as soon as he sees the guy again. The guy came down here from Bangkok, Jetter, and spoke to a bunch of expats. And then he was supposed to arrange to come back down here and speak to him again because a lot of people had questions, naturally. Before you're going to pay for an insurance, you want to know what they cover, what this is in, that's in, do they cover glasses and stuff like that? Eye, teeth, depends what insurance coverage you want. And so the guys had a bunch of questions. He was supposed to go back up to Bangkok and then come back with the answers. And Brooke hasn't seen him again. That's why he hasn't got an update. He's supposed to call him and find out the next time he's down in the area so he can get the answers he was looking for. I'm seeing Brooke tomorrow, so I'll remind him for you, Jetter. I am seeing him because tomorrow's Father's Day here in Thailand. So happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. And Van Gogh Museum is fantastic. I heard it is. I haven't been in there. And what a sale at Jetter. Van Gogh, 250 Van Goghs in one place. Yeah, he was a fantastic painter. Mike Dottie, Romeo, thanks, man. Talk to you later. Eric Lowe says, I've been flying Qatar since 2008, and I have to agree that service level for business class in the last few years has been disappointing. Even their own canter staff say so. Bye, Qatar. I feel the same. And you're like me, Eric. If you're going to spend 5 times the price of an economy ticket to sit in business class, you're going to want the treatment to go with it. If I'm spending that kind of money, I want the VIP treatment. I want the red carpet treatment. I want the appreciation. You know, I want them to be grateful that I'm spending that kind of money on their airline, because there's so many other airlines I can go into and get a business class ticket for the same price or even less, where I can push a button and it goes to lie flat in the bed, just like their flights, but I'm choosing their airline. Be grateful. Show me a little bit of respect. Show me a little bit of courtesy, Greet me by my name. Welcome back, Mr. Cooper. They can see I'm a rewards tier member, and I've been using them for years, and show some respect. If you damage their property, own up to it. Say, oh, Mr. Cooper, we're terribly sorry about that. Can you give us the make and the model of that case? We're going to reimburse you. We're going to get her a replacement. We can see with the receipt, it was brand new. It's only a week old, and it was your very first trip with it. We can see that we're going to replace it, and we're going to send it to your home in Thailand. Nothing. Not even sorry. No reply whatsoever. To me, it's all about customer service. If you're not getting customer service, get out of my life. I don't want nothing to do with you. And I only deal with companies out here where I get customer service. If I go buy a sofa, I get fantastic customer service, free delivery, free installation. Got my TV. They delivered it straight to the house, took it out the box, set it all up, changed the remote and the language into English so I could use it and understand it, instead of it being straight out the box in Thailand. It's in Thai and you don't understand the menu system. Now they put it in English, set it all up. Any questions? This is how you do this. This is how you do that. Oh, fantastic. The customer service out here is the way it was in the US 30 years ago. I mean, and in your home country, do you remember when you used to get told the customer is always right in your home country? Not anymore. You go to McDonald's in America, and you take a bite out of a Big Mac and you're like, hang on, this thing's cold or stale, can you go up and change it? They give you attitude in America and in the US nowadays. They give you attitude. They don't believe in the customer is right. Management doesn't tell their employees the customer is right. You don't see the signs, when you walk into establishment, customer is always right. Treat the customer with respect. We've lost that in the West over the last 30 years. Here in Thailand, they still have it, and they treat you like royalty. They really do. They can't do enough for you. Anywhere we go to order something, that we want for delivery, like our chest freezer, first question I ask them is, do you deliver? Yeah, we deliver. Where do you live? Jomtien. Where in Jomtien do you live? I live over here. No problem, sir. We can have it there for you tomorrow. Is that okay for you? Do you want morning or afternoon? Oh, afternoon. Be great for me. Okay, no problem. Between 2 and 3, okay. The driver will give you a call 30 minutes before arrival. Great. Fantastic. That's what I'm talking about, customer service. And to me, that's what makes Thailand more special than it already is, because that's the attitude you're getting. They do treat you with respect over here. They do call you sir and ma'am, And the service you get, to me, is the way we lost touch with in the West 30 years ago. I want that back. I'm an old-fashioned man, I miss those days. Here in Thailand, I have them. I'm happy. And that's the bottom line, Eric. I agree with you 100%, buddy. The Crazy Dane says, greetings from South Denmark. Thanks for the videos. And thank you, the Crazy Dane. You and Kim both in Denmark. David Lowe says, any word on the 90-year land lease or what's going on with the massive lack of land across from Fraser's? Haven't got a clue, David, what's going on with that land, other than they put a brick wall there and a gate. There's no signs. There's no construction equipment to give you an idea what's going on with it. Have no idea what's going on with the land. As for the land lease, it was a 99-year land lease, one-time deal. And it's been basically put on hold. Hasn't been scrapped altogether. It's just been put on hold. The government's only just formed themselves in February and March of this year, and got set up and running. They got a lot of things to do. But they did say that they were going to put it on hold and bring it back at a later date. No update from that as to when that later date would be. But if and when it does change, I'm buying this house I'm in right now. That's it. I'm happy here. I don't want to move again. Darlene said, babe, can we please make this the last time we move? I love this house. I don't want to move again. I said, fine, we'll stay here. As long as you want to stay, we'll stay right here. And we got an excellent agent, landlady. Any problems we've had, they're right on it. No messing around. What's the problem, Coop? The aircon in the bedroom's not working, and I was really hot last night. I'll have somebody around there in an hour. Great. This is what you want. This is the customer service that you want and you miss from your life in the West, that you guys have missed, that we remember when we were kids. It used to be fantastic. You pull up to a gas station when we were kids, there was 4 people that come out to your car. One would put gas in there. The other one were cleaning your windows, checking the pressure of the tire, pop the hood, putting water in checking your radiator, your screen wash, all that. Those days are gone. Over here in Thailand, okay, you don't have 4 people rushing out to your car at a gas station, but there's a car wash on Sukhumvit Road that's a drive-through. It's the first drive-through car wash that we got here, where there's 10 people and they rush out and they clean your car, and it's like under $2. You can't beat it. And they do the whole thing. They're polishing the tires, the windows. They do a great job for under $2. Can't beat it. And 500 drawings, Jetter says, from Van Gogh. Coop, thanks for update on Brooks Health Insurance. I looking forward to it. I will remind him to tomorrow, Jetter. You have my word on it. I don't know if he's spoken to the guy since I was away on vacation. I haven't seen him yet, other than speaking to him briefly on the phone today. What a Sale says, customer service in America is gone. I contacted 5 contractors for bids on some landscaping and set appointments. None showed or called to reschedule. And that was 2 weeks ago. Thailand for me. I rest my case, guys. People say to me, what makes Thailand so special? This. The weather, the prices, the affordability, the food, the friendliness of it. They welcome tourists here. They love the retirees. We keep them going all year round. When the tourists are gone, it's only us here. They absolutely love us, and we get that appreciation. The places we go eat, they all know us by our names. Oh, Cooper, I have your usual table right over here. Great. Used to have that in the West. You don't have that anymore. None. Times have changed in the West. And to me, it got too ugly, too nasty, too violent, too crazy, too much tax. Insurance prices gone through the roof for this, that, and everything else. Thailand wins hands down. It's got everything I want, almost. It's got its faults. I'm not going to say it's a perfect country, but it's 85% of the way there, if you want my honest opinion. It ticks 8.5 out of 10 boxes. That's enough for me. I'm happy. Is there some things I wish Thailand would have? Yeah. I wish it had my diabetic coffee mate. And I wish that it had the Libre sensor here, for me being diabetic. But it's only because Libre never applied for a license here. I'm working on that one that I got, and I'm trying the app. And I should have an answer for you guys by the end of the week of what it's like. I've done it on my Samsung. Now I'm doing it on my iPhone, and we'll see how it works on both. And I've also done it with the glucose meter and the prick in the finger to test it. I'll give you guys a full update and let you guys know at the end of the week, next week, compare both the Samsung and iPhone and also to my finger pricks. And I've been testing it for you guys, and I'll give you the full review and whether it's worth it or not. I'm not going to recommend anything on my channel that's not worth it. And if I don't think it's worth it, I'll tell you the name of the app too and say, don't touch this. It's a scam. You know, I have no problem putting that out on YouTube. Sue me. I'm gonna tell the truth. You know, if you want to come to Thailand and sue me because you're an American company, come on over. I'm always going to tell the truth. I don't sugarcoat nothing on this channel. So yeah, I hear you. What a sale! Customer service completely gone in the U.S. Alpha says MicroStrategy at 112.55. Did you buy or waiting for 110 or less? I didn't buy. I was on the cruise ship, Alpha. I missed that. But I don't think micro's going to go. Oh, damn. Bitcoin's going on a hell of a run right now, guys. Boy, that's a heck of a candle. What the heck is going on? 1 second, guys. 1 second. What the heck is going on here? Bitcoin's just jumped $1,000 in about 30 seconds. 63.8. 63.8. Wow, $1,000 in about 30 seconds. That was a hell of a candle going up real quick on the TV. I'll give my full thoughts on it on Wednesday. I'm seeing some stuff in the charts that are looking interesting to me with crypto, and some very interesting news is coming out of the U.S. government right now. And I've been following it religiously. Even while I was on the cruise, I was getting daily alerts on my phone because I signed up to their newsletter. So I will give a full rundown on that on Wednesday, Alpha, with me and Brooke. Mike Dottie says, you think Jump Team will be crowded in December? Yes. But when I say crowded, I don't mean Pattaya crowded, Mike. Pattaya crowded is a different story compared to Jump Team crowded, okay? Pattaya crowded gets crazy. The busiest month in Pattaya is April, Songkran. People come from all over the world to play with the Songkran Water Festival, and it's a great time to be here. It's fun. If you've never done it, do it. You'll love it. Darlene's got some fantastic footage of it. I'll have to get her to put it in one of our videos, clips of it here and there. It does get busy for that. December, it's people want to get out the winter places, Mike, and come to where it's warm. You know, it's like, damn, we had a short summer in England this year. We only had 2 weeks of summer. Guess what? I'm going to Thailand for Christmas, and I'm going to have another 2 weeks of summer because it's beautiful there in December. So you get the snowbirds come over here for the winter months. Jump Team gets busy, but nowhere near as busy as Pattaya. Pattaya gets to the point where it's overcrowded, I would call it, in the month of April. December, it's busy, but it's not overcrowded, is the best thing I can say to you. Here in Jump Team, it's probably 50% more people here. In December, April, there's double or to triple the amount of people here. But in Pattaya, it's 10 to 20 times more. So that's sort of the comparison between Jump Team and Pattaya. That's why I love Jump Team. I love it. Not a lot of tourists come to Jump Team. It's only the repeat people that have been coming here for years keep coming to Jump Team. Most of them choose to go to Pattaya. Kim says, CBD, we love you. Stay safe and thank you. You're very welcome, Kim. CBD, Cooper, Brooke, and Darlene, my wife, the channel moderator. What a sale, says Cooper. You are in paradise. Thailand has big boxes. Check for me. Yeah. Come join us, buddy. Come join us. The more the merrier. You know, I mean, when I went away on vacation, folks, we had 19,041 subscribers. 2 weeks ago, our channels jumped 200 subscribers in 2 weeks. It's getting popular. Great. The more the merrier. I want more great people out here. And I love each and every one of you. And I thank you all for your support over the last 3 years. It's been great meeting most of you in person and having you guys come out here and tell us your stories. Very, very important. I think the more people we can get out the West, out the Matrix, and come out here and enjoy their retirement, making friends, hanging out, having a blast, and living with their head way above water because the costs here are super cheap and you can afford to do it. Alpha Male says, at my Dottie, good times ahead, buddy. You're going to have a blast in the land of smiles. If you know, you know, Alpha. Man, this has been coming here for over 10 years. Roger with the D says, Bitcoin jumped $600. It just, well, that's a heck of a candle on the TV screen there. I mean, I'll turn, see, I got the Bitcoin there on the TV screen. Got to keep an eye on my investments. And that's it. We're out of time, folks. Out of comment. 1 hour, 54 minutes. Thank you all for coming on and joining us. Always appreciate it. Always appreciate it. I am going to go out and film a lot more videos for you. A lot of things I haven't shown you yet. So I don't film in high season. It's too busy, too chaotic. Low season is when I go out and make my videos. And if you guys are wondering, folks, what we get paid for these damn YouTube videos, it ain't a lot. I'm serious. It's literally almost nothing. That top 5 Jomtien condos, for example, I had 1,800 views. You guys probably think, oh, that's a lot of views, Cooper. Well done. Okay. Let me show you what YouTube pays you for that 1,800 views. $16. And out of that $16, they're going to want to take 35% for tax. So it's actually closer to about $12.50. That video took me 3 hours to make, Darlene 5 hours to edit. And then we have to pay for the programs to put them up on YouTube too. Those aren't free. You got to buy the programs. You got to rent the programs. There's no other way to do it. The YouTube forces you to do it. So for making that video, we broke even. Didn't make a single penny profit. 1,800 views. And you guys think, well, 1,800 views, that's a lot of views. That's pretty good for your channel. It's like, no, it ain't. The only way to make money on YouTube is to get over 200,000 views per video. Just to give an example, James and I made a car video on the channel, guys. And I'm just going to bring up that one there. It's called Not What I Expected, the Land Cruiser FJ. And this one, we got 55,000 views. Now, for 55,000 views, you'd think that'd be pretty good money, wouldn't you? 55,100 views. $200. And out of that's going to come 35%. So that is going to come to $150 for 55,000 views. Is there a way you can make videos and get 55,000 views every video? Nope. It took us 6 hours to film that one. Darlene, it took her another 6 hours to edit it. So you think 12 hours, $150. Well, what? We made $10 an hour for making that video. It basically is the way to think of it. So when YouTube pay is shit. It really is. That's why a lot of YouTubers are always begging for freaking money. Saying, guys, I can't do all this that you're asking me to do. You want me to do it? Pay me. They're always begging for money. For us, it's a hobby, and it's one of those things that we break even, and therefore I don't upset the tax man in Thailand, and I'm happy with the way things are. I appreciate when people buy us coffees. It is appreciated. I pay gas to go out and make the videos, and cost me money and time to make the stuff you all want to see it. So I always do appreciate it, and I always say thank you to those that buy us coffees, and it is highly, highly appreciated. Last 2 comments. Alpha says, thanks, Coop. Welcome back home. See you and the crew in a few weeks. Thank you, Alpha. See you soon, buddy. What a sale. Thanks, Cooper. Peace and love, brother. Thank you. What a sale. Thank you all to stayed on and watched to the end. Until next time, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Take care. Stay tuned. God bless. Jetter, thanks for sharing YouTube income for videos. Interesting. You're not making money. You're not. It's peanuts for the time and the energy it takes you to do it. you're breaking even, because you got to pay for the programs. This studio that I'm using here with the brown background and all the graphics and the info that you see here, we have to pay for that. It costs money, guys. We don't get it for free. You got to pay to do live streams. YouTube pays you 1 penny per live stream. That's it, 1 penny, and I have to pay to make them. So the editing suite costs more money. To become a YouTuber, you got to outlay, for equipment and lighting. Guys, look. See my studio floodlight right there? I got floodlights in here. The laptops that I need are MacBook Pros. They're not cheap. They're $2,000 each. The camera equipment, over $1,000 for the camera equipment. The editing software, another $1,200. All these things cost money. To start up on YouTube, you got to be looking at outlaying anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000. And if it's not something that you enjoy doing, you're not going to make any money out of it. You're really not. It takes a hell of a long time, and you got to get like 200,000 subscribers to really start making a profit on YouTube. My little channel, we're only at 19,242. So don't believe all the FUD out there that you hear or maybe see in the comments of videos that we make. Oh, Cooper, you're only doing this to make money off the retirees. I ain't making shit. Not a damn thing. Not squiddly do. And every now and then I get a couple coffees of loyal subscribers that say, hey, Coop, we appreciate you doing all this for us, keeping us informed, keeping us up to date, doing all this for us and never asking for anything in return. We love you, guy. Not many of you out there in the world. Jetter says, labor of love, I guess. Absolutely correct. Thorn Bismarck says, thank you, Coop, for all you do for us expats, because I love you guys, your family. I want to bring the good people together in this world. We got enough bad people. We got enough hate in the world. We don't need that. We've seen it all our lives. When we retire, we just want to go somewhere and be happy with happy people. Built this community. I'm not a boss. I'm not a manager. I'm nothing. I'm just somebody that started it. And everybody's an equal here, no matter where you're from or the color or your background. Everybody's an equal, and that's what I love about it. And Jetter says, thanks for what you do. You're very welcome. And that's it. We're at 2 hours, 2 minutes. So until next time, got to go for now. See you on Monday. Take care.
Woke up in the land of smiles, sun shining bright. Elephants wandering through the morning light. Temples glow with gold, the air's alive. Thailand's magic got me feeling so high. From the markets buzzing, colors so bold, to the stories in the streets, ancient and old. Every corner's got a vibe, it's calling my name. Cooper's out here, and I'm loving the game. Coopersthaiadventure. Oh, what a thrill. Chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Coopersthaiadventure. Can't get enough. Thailand's got my heart. It's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. Golden beaches, sand so soft and white. Crystal waves crashing under starlit nights. Snorkel in the cold, dance in the tide. Every moment's a wave, I just wanna ride. Pad thai sizzling, spice lights up my soul. Mango sticky rice, yeah, it makes me whole. Tom Yum's got that kick, flavor so divine. Thailand's food's a feast and it's blowing my mind. Coopersthaiadventure. Oh, what a thrill. Chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Coopersthaiadventure. markets, lanterns in the sky, festivals that spark like the stars up high. Jungles whisper secrets, rivers carve the land. Cooper's holding Thailand in the palm of my hand. Elephants roam in the sunset's blaze. Every day's a wonder lost in a daze. From spicy street eats to the ocean's embrace, Thailand's a paradise I'll never erase.